We are back today to do a review of one of the sponsors that I have on this channel, Zoop. They have different products for the 2024 Tacoma. Today we'll be doing a review on the mud flaps. We'll actually be doing the install for that, so if you do order these, you can just rewatch this video to kind of show you how to actually get these installed. Another thing we're going to review from that company is the actual tray that goes in the center console. It's a center console organizer. So we'll be doing a review of both of those things, before and after, and what the mud flaps look like, and just the overall look and how well they actually work once installed. So the center console organizer, this is what it looks like. It fits perfectly inside the center console, and it has some rubber. This is rubber. There's also some rubber here. Overall, it is plastic. It's some places for you to keep your change. It's great if you don't want to have just that big giant hole there. If you want to be able just to store stuff right at the level so you can lift up your armrest and grab it, this will do a perfect job of letting you be able to store stuff inside your center console without having to reach down and just having a big pile of junk in there. So this is one of the things we're going to review. And the other thing we have here are the actual mud flaps. So you get 4 total mud flaps. The smaller ones are for the front. The bigger ones are for the back. Now the front one, they are made out of rubber. Actually, it feels like a really nice texture. This is what the back ones will look like. Definitely that's where it would be keeping a lot of rocks and stuff from flinging up. So I am excited to get these installed. It does come with instructions. So you can see it has all the screws that you need. It has instructions on how to actually install everything, what's included, what to do for the actual install, which we'll be walking through together. And then it comes with the actual tools. So you don't need any extra tools to install this, which is really cool. And these mud flaps, unlike electronics and other things like that, they are very easy to install. You're not going to have to take anything apart. It's going to be very easy. So if you're not super handy, honestly, I'm not really that handy, but I've kind of surprised myself with walking through installing products, and these are going to be really easy to install. So we'll go ahead and just kind of do a little walk around of what the truck looks like from the factory without mud flaps. Then we'll install them, and then we'll do a final walk around to see how they actually look. So here's just a walk around of the truck without mud flaps. This is what it looks like. As you can see, there's like some screws and stuff in there. That's what we will be taking apart and installing. But as you can see, this actually worked out perfect for this video. So I drove through some mud today, and you can kind of see like the mud is just like, it just goes like all up the door. The mud flaps would really help in this situation. As you can see, it's just drove through a little bit of muddy water, and it just like splattered the whole side of the truck. Like there's dirt all the way up there. And with mud flaps, that really should keep that from happening. So that'll be really nice. But this is just what it looks like without mud flaps. So you can see a lot of the dirt and stuff is on the paint, splashed up on the back bumper. It's also really dirty here. This side didn't look like it got too dirty, but yeah, this is what it looks like without any mud flaps. So we'll go ahead and start the install and see how these look. So the first step is you want to take off this bolt, and this bolt. They give you a wrench, so you literally just put it on there and then you can turn it. And you'll do that until you get this one off, and that one off. That's the first step. The next thing you want to do, now that we've got all the screws off, you want to take the actual mud flap and line it up. So it's going to line up right here, and then on the inside of here, you also will have 2 different screws where it'll line up on those 2 screws on the inside. You want to make sure it's lined up, and then put in You either can put in the new screws that are in the bag or the screws that you actually took off during the install. I think either would be fine. Since we got new screws, I'll be using the ones provided by the company. So what I would recommend doing is, once you get everything kind of lined up, just go ahead and put the screws in, not all the way, just enough to kind of hold it up there, and then just kind of tighten them. That way you're not just putting one screw in and it might, you know, not be at the right angle. It's easier just to kind of put them. To install this, screw by screw, all at the same time. So here we go. It has now been installed. Super easy. Takes like 15 seconds just to put those 3 screws in. Now let's actually like take a deep look here. It does fit well. There's not much of a gap at all. I guess there's a little bit. It doesn't completely touch right here. I don't really think that's that big of a deal. I still think it's going to be able to catch a lot of the dirt and stuff that's going to be flinging up. I think that'll hold it well, like snow and stuff. Keep it from splashing on the side of the truck, as you can see here. So I'll have to put them to the test. I'll leave or I'll pin a comment letting you all know after a couple weeks or days or whenever we get the next rainstorm how it holds up. If it actually, you know, prevents all this dirt. But overall, super easy to install. I love that. Fits well. Nice texture. Doesn't feel like it's going to blow away in the wind. Feels secure. And it looks nice. And most importantly, it is functional, so it'll keep you from getting all your paint scratched up, which is ultimately the choice here. So I'll go ahead and put the other 3 on and then do a final walk around video and see how it all looks out. But so far, I'm liking it. So I got the back one on. So these back ones, they actually install a little bit different. There's actually nothing that you have to take off on the back. There's a screw here, there's a screw here, and then there's one right here. But overall, it's good. It's easy to install. There's those screws there, and then of course there's one screw right here. So it looks good, holds up, it fits well. It does have, you know, that little bit of gap, but it does match the front gap. So I don't think it's like a fitment issue. I just think that's how it's designed, which is fine. But yeah, so that's what it looks like. Super easy to install. About to jump on the other side into the other 2, but yeah, this is good. It's a good distance that it holds up. So I'm really hoping that it'll help with a lot of the dirt and stuff that piles up here. But yeah, I think it looks nice. So it has been installed. This is what it looks like on all 4 sides. I think this is good coverage. It's a nice fit, nice look. It matches the gap that's on the other sides, that little sliver right there. So it does match. And last but not least, this side. So there you have it. That's what it looks like. I think it adds a nice touch to the overall look of the truck. You definitely get that protection that you didn't have before from just the factory ones. Now let's take a look here. So this is the center console organizer, which is super nice. So here's the console. It's fairly deep, not organized, so if you have loose change, it's just like, oh well, whatever. This is super easy to put in. there you go. It's installed. And you have plenty of room here. You have this nice grooved rubber mat on this side and over here. You can have your change sitting here. So if you have anything of value that you don't want to be stolen or seen, all you have to do is just stick it in the bottom of here, and if someone does happen to break into your truck, they're not gonna take the time to lift us up and look underneath there. So that's something that's really nice. I just like the design. You can put something big here, your wallet or whatever, place for change. This is a great little center console organizer. It's really nice. I'd definitely recommend getting this. I've had one before, but I actually like this one a little bit better. So let's talk final thoughts. Zeg Zoop's products, we have the console organizer, and then we have the mud flaps. Both have been installed. The center console organizer, hands down, one of my favorite things that they have to offer. I would definitely recommend checking that out, especially if you're not someone that's super organized. It is super nice. It's a great little thing to have. It's inexpensive. It's perfect. The mud flaps were easy to install, which I love. So for those of you who are not handy, it is nice having an easy way to install something that actually protects and makes your truck look nicer. So I do like the mud flaps. I do think they're going to work well. I just installed them. I haven't got to try them out yet. I am going to pin a post, or I'll leave a comment on this video in a couple weeks to letting you know how well it actually does or does not work now that it's been installed. But overall, I think it looks nice, easy to install. I like the texture of it. It just seems like a good product overall. I do like Zeg Zoop's products. They are usually pretty good. Haven't ran into one that I don't like yet. So we'll see. More to come on any more products they have in the future. So with all that being said, I will throw a link in the description with the a direct link to their products. So you can go ahead and check them out, read some of their reviews, order them, install them, all that fun stuff. Overall, I'm happy with their products. I think it's a nice upgrade to the truck, and I look forward to seeing what kind of products they come out with in the future. That's all I have for you today. So as always, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.